Bionanogenomics, technical analysis, fundamental statistics, along through reviewing my current positions and their price targets. Starting off with a meme, because let's be honest, guys, in times like these, we have to be laughing or we're going to be crying. And I have to start out on a lighthearted note because we're about to get into some depression. I did not sell. Okay, that might make it seem like I sold out or I'm giving up on any of my convictions. No, everything is the same. Zero, literally zero. Actually, several things have changed about the company since we were peaking, but they've all gotten better. All the things are good about the stock. So nothing has changed, but yeah, just, oh my gosh. I mean, when was the last green day that we had? We have to start out with lighthearted note right here. I thought this was really funny. Death, destruction, carnage. We got them all today. It was our stereotypical day. And the last time we had a green day, I think, I could be wrong, but I think it's been the entire month. Since we've had a green day. Now the daily chart is a little misleading because, okay, if we look at the 4 hour day, I guess we can actually technically see. Yeah, I don't think, okay, so we had one green day right there. And then I think that's, okay, maybe one right there. So we've had a couple green days this whole month. Okay, so it's depression, anxiety, death, destruction. Oh my gosh, insomnia, man. Oh man. I had a reply, someone tweeted me today that said they sold, they could not take the stress anymore. My friends, at this point, I know I've been saying it for 5 years. I know. The facts are this. I know a lot of people have been panic selling, and some people just cannot take the stress of Bionano going down every day. It has been absolutely awful. I mean, this is just the definition of depression. Stocks only go down. That is what it's essentially been this month. And I have to implore you guys to just focus on the facts for a second. I know I'm a broken record. I know I've been saying this for literally a long time, a very long time at this point. But it's so true. And I have to keep reminding you, I'm sorry. The company has only gotten better and we keep bleeding. So it's just, for me, I'm not selling any of my shares. I've held on for a long time. Obviously, in hindsight, if I could travel back in time, or if I knew the future 2 weeks ago, I would have sold, bought puts, re-entered. I would re-enter now. If I had buying power right now, loading. A couple reasons why. The technicals are, I mean, okay, from an oversold standpoint, we're looking good, but everything else is looking very bearish. We've got extreme weakness in the price action. I was thinking we may have a double bottom here, but we really don't, because the last kind of bottom was 558. I said last time we have a double bottom if we can hold this 100% retracement level, but we broke all the way down to 512 today. And I did not see this, so verify this for me in the comments if you know, but I heard someone say that we have a 400K share buy wall at $5 flat. And that could be totally wrong. That's just what I heard. I have no idea if that is right. So verify that for me. But if we do have that, obviously, there is no way in hell the market manipulators, or even the market manipulators themselves, are going to push this past $5 if we have a 400,000 share buy limit wall. There's no way in my mind. Of course, I guess the market manipulators, I guess they might be more powerful than anyone can imagine. I guess technically we don't really know what they are, if they are here. But anyways, I'll put a card in the top right if you don't know what the market manipulators are. I did a video on that and why it is probably happening. And I do believe this. I mean, this is just more evidence for it. But anyways, with the indicators, my number one indicator of the day that is important, one of the only ones that is important really today, is the Bollinger Bands on the daily. So guys, when we break below this middle Bollinger Band and start heading to that bottom Bollinger Band, well, typically, not always, but typically, one way you can think of this is that if you are close to the top band, you are overbought, and if you are close to the bottom, you are oversold. That's pretty simple. And where are we right now? Yeah, you guessed it. We are oversold. Obviously, we are very close to the outside bottom Bollinger Band. So that is obviously, of course, the middle Bollinger Band is trading at $7.42. That is more than a 20% upside from where the stock price is right now, I believe. So that is obviously, we are going to be bound now. And when I said be careful when you construe what I'm about to say here, I'm going to explain a little more and elaborate on it. But we are inevitably going to touch this middle Bollinger Band. It's currently trading at $7.42. That would represent nearly a 20%, I think a little bit over 20% upside. But this band is going to move down continuously, right? So we want to get there faster, sooner rather than later, so we don't, just continue to bleed and just, I don't know, hit it when it's down at like $4 or something. That would suck. But for me, guys, I'm telling you guys, I know at this point, a lot of people, there's two kinds of people that are going to be watching this. They want to know, okay, are you selling? Are you holding? And then there's people wondering, should I sell? And for me, guys, I'm not selling unless something happens with the company or or if I start getting really scared with the Nasdaq. Which, let's just go ahead and take a look at the Nasdaq and why I'm so bullish. I've been saying since we broke above this that I was very bullish. Also, by the way, humble brag, these two price charts that I set, you can go fact check me in the videos in the Nasdaq updates video that I did. We have hit both of those basically almost perfectly. That is awesome. That is great to see. Out of for the many price charts that I've given for this month, these are these are 2 out of 2 that I actually got perfectly right. The current positions price charts are looking absolutely bloody and absolutely awful. It's looking like I'm literally going to get 0 out of those if we don't get a big bounce soon. But anyways, on the Nasdaq, I'm very bullish, and literally this is exactly what I expected today. And I know, Brandon, you're making this sound like you're a wizard. No, this is one of the few things. This and Zomedica, those are the 2 stocks that I have been doing good on. The markets and the Zomedica. Everything else, I've basically been wrong on for like last week or 2, literally. But for the Nasdaq, I did not expect us to break below this, and as long as we don't break below this, this used to be all-time high support. We are going to be looking very bullish, in my opinion. We've shown incredible strength. We are obviously in a bull market. The people have already priced in higher taxes, higher regulation, and everything that Biden's going to do, as opposed to Trump, what his more favorable, business policies were. So that is all already priced in. So I think we got plenty of room to run, not just for those reasons, but especially the technicals are bullish for the Nasdaq as long as we hold above this. And I did expect we would hold it. This little wick down, I'm not gonna lie, this really scared me. And I was watching on the 1-minute chart today. I was very scared if we were gonna break below that, but we did validate it basically perfectly. Not basic, but yeah, basically perfectly. So that is good for BioNano because as long as we hold, listen, this is why this is important. This is why I'm ranting on the Nasdaq when this is a BioNano video. As long as we hold above this and continue to push higher, or just hold this line, small caps will rebound. Here is why. The real innovation and disruptiveness that is left to be found out and discovered, it's going to be from small caps. A lot of them are, at least. And this recent sell-off of small caps, Russell 2000 stocks, SPACs, any tech company, right? Or I guess not. Small cap tech. It's not justified, man. Taking a look at the RSI on the daily, we are literally at 30, 35. I mean, this is exactly what you want. We have not been at 30 on the RSI before the start of the run up here, man. I mean, this is crazy. And the fact that none of the company's only gotten better and we're at this cheap of prices. Like if I was not in BioNano right now and I had buying power, you better believe I'm loading the boat, right? So this is also, take a look at the moving averages. Okay, we also have the 200-day EMA on the daily. It is sitting at 496 right now, and obviously we're going to have that 400K buy limit wall. Okay, apparently 400K. I don't know if it's 400K for sure, but at least it's going to be big, right? $5, that is going to be a big buy limit wall. We also have the 200-day EMA though coming in, and that is going to rise as long as the price action is above us. So we are likely to see a bounce off of that $5 level, that natural buy limit wall, and that 200-day exponential moving average on the daily. So that is obviously that is some good news, actually. I mean, as good as it can be on days like this, in times like these, when you're just going down 6% every day. I mean, I don't even remember the last trading day Biden was having. It's been a while. It's been a couple weeks, I think, maybe more than that. I don't know. Take a look at some other indicators. Bollinger Bands, we went over that. The weekly Bollinger Bands, there's nothing really to go over there. There's not really any signs of reversal at all. I love the parabolic star and the super trend. These indicators are very accurate most of the time. And I love the hourly. And we are not seeing right now, currently, we're not seeing any reversal. Every time we get a flip to green, it's very short-lived. And what we want to see is a flip to green and then just a consistent, regardless of what the price action is doing, right? If it's barely going up or going sideways, we want to see a flip green, consistent trading above that and keeping that green, and then that's going to start being like, okay, these are the signs of reversal. Also, briefly talking about this price target that I literally said when I made this price target, I said it was very unlikely that we were going to hit it. We've hit it. We've almost hit it exact 505. We hit 512. So I've accidentally got another price target right. I said this is not going to happen. Probably it was based on this descending triangle right here, and it is. It was exactly correct. So that is actually, believe it or not, for the current price, that's actually bullish because now that we've hit this price target, we can start to form a new price action chart pattern, right? And then actually get away from this descending triangle's bearish price target, right? We can actually start to move something else, do something else, maybe potentially a bullish chart pattern, right? We have not got one of those in a while. I could go over the other indicators on the chart, but there's just not anything very interesting for me. We're bearish in pretty much everything because, you know, it's just down every day. So there's nothing really interesting to talk about besides that. Just some big things. We are at a level of support right now. We got the $5 buy limit wall. That is going to be hopefully it's 400K shares. I don't know for sure, but it is a lot of shares that someone was claiming that we did have at $5 flat today. We also had the 200-day exponential moving average on the daily coming up. It's at 496 right now. So those are some important support levels, and they all coincide at $5. I don't think we're breaking $5, but I've been saying I don't think we're going to break whatever the price action is at for like the last 2 weeks. So that's just my thoughts, though. If I had to bet money on it, I have money betting on it now. I don't think we're going to break this. I think we're going to the moon. It's just a matter of time. That does not mean tomorrow. That does not mean a week. That just means the company's potential and fundamentals will coerce and force the price, the stock price, to return to its true value, which you guys know where we think its true value is, much higher than what it is currently, and even in the long run, much higher than all-time highs. Most important quality for an investor is temperament, not intellect. You need a temperament that neither derives great pleasure from being with the crowd or against the crowd. Temperament is more important than intellect. In other words, having conviction, having a plan, and not even checking your stocks, just putting the phone down, those type of things can help you. And oftentimes, they're more important than intellect. That's according to Warren Buffett, man. So also I think most people know this at this point, but if you think BioNano is bleeding, you're like, oh man, this guy on YouTube, he pumps the stock every day and it goes down every day. That's been true. That's been true every day almost in the last couple of weeks, but I don't pump the stock. I just give you my thoughts. I'm not pumping. I guess you can think whatever you want. But anyways, everything is going down, not just BioNano, all small caps, just saying. This one came out yesterday. This is actually a pretty cool one. It's got some good points in here, especially this. Number one, I just want to say that we've got 1,000 catalysts to look forward to later in this year, especially catalysts that are going to be very auspicious in regards to raising revenue and increasing their sales. Like these next generation Saphyr, right? The 2.0 Saphyr, higher throughput. They've also got the lineage and acquisition, right? And also, take a look at this point right here. It's clearly too early to put a number on the future optical genome mapping market. But right now, BioNano says the prenatal and pediatric market totals about $3.5 billion. And that's not their only market, right? They are in other markets. They do not have a total addressable market of only $3.5 billion. Down the line, it's going to be far more than that, in my opinion. But we'll see. As more and more tests are routinely performed, it's easy to imagine this figure rising dramatically, my friends. And that is definitely the truth, in my opinion. It definitely can, and it is easy to imagine that. All of this means BioNano is best left to aggressive investors, right? That's exactly me, right? Hyper growth, super high risk, everything on the line. I do not care. Me personally, I do not care. I mean, I do care, but I don't okay, I'm not going to die if I lose all my money. For me, it's about hyper growth, growing my capital in the fastest way possible. So aggressive investors, and for these investors, BioNano is a great stock to buy. This article was in a long time ago, but this was an interesting comment that I've actually really never seen anyone talk about, and I wanted to revisit this because this is actually really cool. And I'm not trying to be that guy that is claiming, ARK is investing, dude. Let's go. They're in on the offering, yeah. Or, whatever it's going to be. But this is a potential. I'm not calling that Illumina is going to acquire BioNano or there's going to be some sort of deal or contract. But what I will say is that according to this article, BioNano Genomics is a complementary technology to Illumina, and here's why. And the CEO, Eric Holman's words, right? What's unique about us is that we can see structure, but we cannot see point mutations. And it's the inverse for sequencers, right? Remember, BioNano is not sequencing. They do optical genome mapping through the Saphyr, right? For example, the sequencers that Illumina sells can see point mutations, but not structures. So we are a very perfect complement to sequencers out in the field. What could this mean? This is just something to say. Let's say BioNano, I don't know. Let's say BioNano doesn't do what we want them to do, right? Bear case, worst case, right? I don't know. They chill around this range for a while, $5 to $10 range. Worst case, Illumina might see their cheap market capitalization, be like, okay, what kind of negotiation? What do we need to pay you for all your products? What do we need to pay you to buy you out? Do some negotiations. One thing leads to another. 100% gain, moon time, baby. Okay, not really. Probably not exactly like I explained it right there, but a potential contracts, potential buyouts, whatever. This is, nonetheless, it's good to see that the CEO, even back in 2019, right? It's good to see that if you didn't know this already, that they are BioNano's very perfect complement to sequencers. Basically, yeah, we don't really care if they're a perfect complement. In a sense, we do care that they have their separate niche and separate job to do, so there's plenty of demand for it, regardless of what the sequences are doing. So I know there's a lot there. Just yeah, take it with a grain of salt, but this is some interesting little synthesis for you. New study today. Actually, it was released on the 16th, but they just posted to their Twitter an hour ago. Very interesting. But anyways, the only really cool thing here for me is that I mean, there's some cool stuff in here. You can read this whole thing if you want, but for me, the CEO called the study an incredibly important milestone for the company. It allows us to illustrate to folks seeking to adopt the system how it's being utilized in research assay development, which could eventually end up as laboratory-developed tests. It is also helping the company recruit additional researchers in a larger study, right? Okay, blah, blah. All right, so this is good to see. Nothing groundbreaking here, but I thought I'd bring it to your attention. Take a look at their Twitter. We have this bad boy right here. Okay, Lab Week. That's amazing. That does nothing for the shareholders. Okay, that does nothing for us. We have this bad boy right here. Another doctor reviewing them. Postnatal data, man. There is going to be a way bigger market and prenatal, postnatal, cytogenetics. Preventative care, optical genome mapping, right? There's and stuff that we don't even know about for their market. But anyways, I'm not going to rant too much. You guys already heard my rant about their total addressable market and the future innovation and disruptiveness that they can potentially have. Anyways, current positions. It's looking bloody. It's looking absolutely awful. I'm going to be honest with you. It's looking like none of these are going to be right, unless some of these might have already hit. I don't think many of them have. I have not checked really, but I don't think many of them have, if any of them. But yeah, May 9th price targets looking absolutely awful. But anyways, for BioNano, that's what everyone cares about. Like lightly case 50, 100 to 200 end of year bull case, worst case $20. There's a lot of people that are being a little silent now. The bulls are becoming more silent. The other YouTubers, right? They're not really. I don't know. I've seen some people, they're not as outspoken as how bullish they were on BioNano when it was going up. Now it's going down. Everyone's like, no, it sucks. Such a bad company. Dude, everyone loves the stock when it goes up. Everyone hates it when it goes down. It's the funniest thing in the world. But it's what makes investing easier. That's why easy to some people, the experienced trader. That's why Warren Buffett says, be greedy when other people are fearful. Be fearful when other people are greedy. Do what the crowd is not. You'll be very good in investing if you do that a lot of the time. But anyways, yeah, nothing has changed with the company. So why would I change these? So yeah, these are still. I could be wrong on any of these. Take this with a grain of salt, but this is what I believe. My price targets, obviously, my track record is obviously pretty darn good. It's about to get a lot worse if we don't see a small cap bounce like I've been expecting for the last 2 weeks. We just don't see it, and it's just literally red day every single day for small caps. I don't know how to explain. I mean, panic selling, margin sell-offs, increasing the sell-off rate. People realizing, they bought in a month ago when the market was at all-time highs for a beginner. They were a beginner. They didn't know what they were doing. They realized, stocks go down and up, and then they just get out. They go to Apple because they can't take the risk tolerance. They can't take the risk. Maybe that has a factor as well. But anyways, this doesn't make sense to me because the technology and innovation, disruptiveness, it's all in small caps, man, for me. So yeah, that's why I'm holding strong. I'm holding strong. Oh yeah, and moves today. Okay, so I did. Let's see. The count is getting absolutely hammered now. I did. Luckily, I took profits. I lost literally 500 or 300 today. But I literally took profits on Zomedica. I timed it basically perfectly. Let me show you today. Okay, I'll make it quick. I literally sold it right up here. When it was up 13 to 12% today, I sold out of all of it. And I didn't have a huge position. I only had 10% of my portfolio, maybe less than that. But I sold out of that. I added on Mara and Jumia. I'm very excited about Jumia. I think the bottom is now for Jumia. They did, like I was saying, they broke out of this support level. They found a new one that we have validated a long time, several times. So I think we're likely to see a bounce. I'm very excited. The small caps and the NASDAQ just go up, man. Everything for me, Jumia, Mara. Okay, not really Mara. I don't know why I said that, but Jumia, CTXR, Microvision, BNGO. They are just going to rebound very quickly, I think. So yeah, that's the current positions. Anyways, this is not financial advice, guys. Thank you all so much. See y'all in the next one.